This time, I'd like to call a Physical Service Committee meeting to order on, for the December 4th, 2023, 6:30 p.m. May I have a roll call, please?
Councilor Burge.
Here.
Councilor Vanucci.
Here.
Councilor Walker.
Here.
Councilor Gozick.
Excuse.
I'd like to approve the minutes for the November 20th, 2023 committee meeting. Councilor Walker, Councilor Vanucci.
Councilor Burge.
Yes.
Councilor Vanucci.
Yes.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
I see no old business. I'd like to move on to communications. This time, I'd like to pull this item. I spoke to this Rebecca Wilcox in regards to using the McRobey building to host a wedding ceremony. We've got some issues with the alcohol being served there without an alcohol license and so forth. So at this time, I'd like to just pull that. Can I have a motion for that, please?
I'll make a motion.
Councilor Walker, Councilor Vanucci.
Councilor Burge.
Yes.
Councilor Vanucci.
Yes.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Take a motion to adjourn. Councilor Walker, Councilor Vanucci.
Councilor Burge.
Yes.
Councilor Vanucci.
Yes.
Councilor Walker.
Yes.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open the Administrative Services Committee meeting. Please call the roll.
Councilor Corradino.
Here.
Councilor McBrearty.
Here.
Councilor Vanucci.
Here.
Councilor Plunkett.
Here.
Councilor Burge.
Here.
I'd like a motion to approve the minutes of the November 20th committee meeting. Councilor Plunkett, Councilor Burge.
Councilor Corradino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrearty.
Yes.
Councilor Vanucci.
Yes.
Councilor Plunkett.
Yes.
Councilor Burge.
Yes.
Any old business? Seeing none. Item number 1, Systems Administrator Christopher Baker requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to accept a donation in the amount of $5,000 from Brookfield Renewable Energy to support the City of Oswego's drone program. Our drone administrator, Chris Baker, was not able to come here tonight, but he did send me an email stating that the grant was awarded to us this summer for this drone program. He plans to use the funding next year to purchase a new drone for the fire department, while our current drone at the fire department has trade-in value. And then he's going to outfit it with the necessary equipment for water rescue. So that's the purpose of that $5,000. Anybody have any questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please? Councilor Vanucci and McBrearty.
Councilor Corradino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrearty.
Yes.
Councilor Vanucci.
Yes.
Councilor Plunkett.
Yes.
Councilor Burge.
Yes.
Item number 2, the Office of Economic Development requests authorization for the Community Development Director and/or the Mayor to execute any and all documents regarding the Eclipse Block Party to be held on April 7th and 8th, 2024. I don't see anybody here from Economic Development, but I happen to be on Promotion Tourism Advisory, and we've talked about the planning for that. The Eclipse, as everybody probably knows, is Monday the 8th, and we're planning a block party here on First Street on Sunday, the day before. So again, it's self-explanatory. We need to have authorization for people to sign those documents. Anybody have any questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please? Councilor Burge, Councilor Plunkett.
Councilor Corradino.
Yes.
Councilor McBrearty.
Yes.
Councilor Vanucci.
Yes.
Councilor Plunkett.
Yes.
Councilor Burge.
Yes.
Item 3, City Engineer Jeff Hinderletter requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to complete a transfer of funds from the Enterprise Fund contingent account to the Engineering Contracted Services account in the amount of $23,060 for costs associated with an emergency work order. I believe everybody here on the council received an email from Jeff Hinderletter. Do you have any questions from the council on this one? Let's see. Briefly, I can mention a few things that he explained for everybody's transparency. According to his email, during the closeout of the consent decree, the city identified an overflow issue that is occurring at the West Side wastewater treatment plant. During heavy rains, Gardner Creek floods into the wastewater treatment plant through an overflow. These events technically count as an overflow event, even though the creek is flowing into the sewer plant. To identify the frequency and volume of the actual problems, it became necessary to develop a plan to control the overflow. The EPA and DEC placed a tight deadline to complete this work to start the observation and study time expeditiously. The work is the first payment for the implementing of the mandated changes. We still need to replace the roof of the overflow vault. Anybody have any questions? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please? Counselor McBurney, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Venucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Item 4, City Engineer Jeff Hinderleiter requests authorization for the mayor to enter into an agreement with Michael L. Maxim AIA in the amount of $32,670 for architectural design services regarding a marine storage building. Again, Jeff Hinderleiter sent all of us on the council the explanation. I'll briefly read what he wrote. The DPW approached the engineering office about the design and construction of a storage building at Wright's Landing. The city currently owns 2 pre-engineered metal buildings originally purchased for the pier. With the decision to design and construct a traditional building on the pier, these buildings can be repurposed for storage. The Wright's Landing portion of the READY initiative has a pool of unutilized funds that will cover the cost of these design services. Anybody have any questions or comments about this resolution from the public? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please? Counselor Venucci, Counselor Plunkett.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Venucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Item 5, Police Chief Philip Cady requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to complete several intra-departmental transfer of funds totaling $31,272 to cover unexpected overtime costs. I understand Chief Cady isn't here, but I do see the Deputy Chief here. Would you like to come up and share a few things with us? Sure.
Good evening, everyone. Damien Waters, Deputy Chief. So what you have before you is the chief asking basically to shuffle some funds around. We've had an uptick in officer injuries, obviously unexpected. Good news is they're all preparing to come back to work. So that created some shortages for us. However, we do have several outstanding reimbursables that are due back soon, coming from the State Traffic Safety Board and as well as federal grant funding that we're waiting on. So that money is hopefully going to be flowing in before year end. So that should allow us to make those adjustments without any overages at this point.
So basically, you're saying you'll be reimbursed.
You got it.
Got it. Anybody have any questions on the council? From the public? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please? Counselor Burridge, Counselor Venucci.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Venucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Item 6, Police Chief Philip Cady and Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. request authorization for the City Chamberlain to accept 2 grants totaling $175,000 and further authorize the mayor to accept a request for proposal from Helio Health. Would you like to speak to this at all? Sure. I mean, I think we got all the information in our packet here, but maybe you just want to give us a brief rundown for the public's sake?
So, and I know the mayor put out a press release, so I don't know if you had a chance to see that. Officer Lummis has been working on this project for quite some time now. This goes back to some of our reinvention work that we've been working on. So what these 2 grants are allowing us to do is bring a mental health professional on board with the police department. So basically, mental health type complaints, we're still going to have officers as our first responders with the embedded clinician. That person will be a secondary response. Our hope is if that clinician can make an assessment on scene, it may prevent us from doing medical transports, emergency visits to the emergency room. They may be able to plug them in to local services without the process of having to go to the emergency room or have to do other law enforcement things. So Buffalo PD is who we've been monitoring and working with. They've been great sharing all their information, so they've had some early successes, and we're hoping to do the same here, free up our officers for other things and let mental health professionals deal with the mental health complaints.
I remember the meeting that they had at McRobey Building about 3 years ago. This was one of the initiatives.
We're getting there. Yep. So it's needed, and we're looking forward to having this person come on board.
All right, very good. Any questions? Yes, Counselor.
Is this gonna be, you're gonna have somebody on shift, or is it gonna be like an on-call basis?
No, the plan is to get them scheduled. Logistically, we're still looking through, we're looking at our numbers, seeing what the call volume looks like. If afternoons is heavier for those type of complaints, we're still working through those particulars, but the plan is to have them whether it's Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, through 11, whatever would be appropriate. They're going to be rated our department, working hand in hand with us, so.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the council, from the public? Can I have a motion, please? Councilor McBurney, Councilor Burridge.
Counselor Coردino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Venucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Yes.
Item 7, Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. requests authorization to sign a renewal agreement for legal services for labor relations with Romer, Whalens, Gold, Minu, LLP for a 3-year period from February 1st, 2024 through January 31st, 2027. Again, I don't see anybody here to speak to it, but I mean, this is basic stuff that we've been doing for years. Whenever there's negotiations for contracts, whether it's police, fire, DPW, we utilize this firm's expertise. Does anybody have any concerns or questions about this one from the council? From the public? Can I have a motion, please? Councilor Plunkett, Venucci.
Counselor Coordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Venucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Yes.
Item 8, Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. requests authorization for the city chamberlain to pay an invoice in the amount of $4,650 for the Lighthouse Tours hosted by H. Lee White Maritime Museum. Again, I don't see the mayor here, but I am aware that these were tours. As we know, the museum does conduct tours of the lighthouse, and the city sponsored a number of them to the cost of $4,650 during the summer. So does anybody have any concerns or questions about this from the public? I need a motion. Councilor McBurney, Councilor Venucci.
Counselor Coordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Venucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Yes.
Is there any other unfinished business? Seeing none, can I have a motion? Oh, wait a second. I do want to comment. This is the very last committee meeting of 2023, so I'd like to thank everybody for their attendance. Oh, now it's not in here. But, okay, let me make this announcement. Do you remember the meeting that we had with Siemens and the High Dam and the DPW and the bonding? It was brought to my attention just about a half hour ago that we will be seeing that on the agenda next week on the full council meeting, where we have to do another approval for bonding. So be aware that that will be on the agenda next week. Is that pretty much correct? I'm seeing a nod. We're good. All right. Well, with that said, the last meeting of 2023 for this committee, and also the last time I'm running this committee meeting. So thank you for your participation tonight. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Councilor Burridge, Councilor Plunkett.
Counselor Coordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Venucci.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burge.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.